I rank where the view is nothing less than phenomenal. For how I express and project from my abdominal. The only view better, both my daddy and my mama know. No living parents, my sons give me balance. My wife is my serenity, this mic is my identity. The world is foul enough, that's why I write without obscenities. Provoking danger with broken language and spoken anguish. Begging to get hurt, why would you ask to go through changes? Yes, Lord, life's a chessboard, master the angles. Control the tempo, be the one who holds the info. Acknowledge is just as deadly as machete swings. When spoken, the truth is as potent as that Medellin. While others swear the style is free, I just let it ring. Our time is undervalued, soldiers make us better kings. My fans on my shoulder, reaching after better things. Today I take the shot, for them I'd rather set the screen.
My mama told me follow my dreams. My daddy told me get it by any means. Stand tall, make him bow to a king. But I've evolved, you can see the resolve. Look in my eyes when you speaking to God.
Life and for those who we caught up in using what I was scarred with the muse. I guess they call it proving I'm more than an artist. Penciling out my darkest while sizzling out a harvest. And storing what gets me from A to B, just like garages. Instrumental with collages. Envision what I've been drawing. Broadway to give you rhythm like the great Lena Horne. So bent on, found comfort in the storm. Find peace and on when you see them others perform. Organized chaos.
Good evening, everyone. Welcome to Knicks at Night. How are we all doing tonight? I'm your host, Hoodie Kev. I'm pretty sure Uncle Freezy is here somewhere. I'm pretty sure. So we are just going to wait for his arrival. Some interesting NBA news tonight. Unfortunately, I guess the beginning news, Derrick Rose did not win. Oh, there's Uncle Freezy. And Freezy, how are you?
I'm good, man. I'm good. How about you?
I'm well.
Welcome to the Knicks at Night podcast. All right.
One of the more important situation. Our own Julius Randle. Does that sound like the announcer? The first New York Knicks to make an All NBA team since. Did Carmelo Anthony make an All NBA team? I don't remember. I don't think he did. Probably since Patrick Ewing. Think about that. But Julius Randle made the All-NBA third team along with Rudy Gobert, Zion Williamson, Paul George, and Jason Tatum. Second team, interesting bunch. Joel Embiid, Jimmy Butler, LeBron James, Damian Lillard, and Chris Paul. And your first team is Luka Doncic, Stephen Curry, Kawhi Leonard, Giannis, and Nikola Jokic. Thank you, Robert Parr. He said Melo made the second and third team. Is that with the Knicks? I don't know. So, congrats is up for Julius Randle. We all know what this means. This means he is now eligible as in making an All-Star team and All-NBA team. Julius Randle is now eligible for a super max contract. Who would have thought when we signed him last year that his next contract would be the Supermax. That is goes to show anyone can get better. Big ups to him. But that's a little bit down the line. Robert Parr also said that Tyson Chandler made third All NBA team. That must have been the year he won Defensive Player of the Year. I'd assume. But with that being said, Derrick Rose finished third in voting for Sixth Man of the Year, which was won by Jordan Clarkson. That's pretty much the news today involving official NBA awards. There'll probably be more awards coming out later this week. Coach of the Year.
What about Emmanuel Quickly?
What? Oh, I'm sorry. Yes. Also, Emmanuel Quickly. Let me pull it up here. Emmanuel Quickly made first team All NBA rookie team this year, along with LaMelo Ball, Anthony Edwards, Tyrese Halliburton, and Desmond Bane, who for some reason I didn't even know was a rookie. The second team is Sadiq Bey, Jayshawn Tate, Isaiah Stewart, Patrick Williams, and Facundo Campazzo. So congrats to Emmanuel Quickly for winning, being named to the All NBA Rookie First Team. So yeah, big ups to those two Knicks today for those accolades. As I said, later this week they'll probably be announcing Most Improved Player, Coach of the Year awards, which also have Nick candidates and Julius Randle and Tom Thibodeau. I think everyone believes Julius Randle will win Most Improved Player. And it is I think a pretty fair toss-up between Coach of the Year. I don't think anyone in that category is a lock to win it. So it'll be interesting to see who comes out on top. You'll have your people on different camps. You have your Tom Thibodeau camp. You have your Monty Williams camp, your Quinn Snyder camps, and I'm assuming all three are worthy candidates. Obviously, they're in the award. They're worthy candidates for the jobs they've done. Thibodeau this season, you can argue, has done more with less than the other two, to put his team in the position that he has this season. So yeah, again, very deserving of the award. Of course, it is a hard field when you're talking about the two coaches that coached the number 1 and number 2 seeds in the Western Conference. Of course, like I said, it's a toss up because you'll have a lot of people who are on the Tibbs train. Who want to see him win. And so we'll be surprised when it comes out. It'll probably be Wednesday or Thursday. Also, Also, we still have a few. I sold a ticket just recently for Game 4. Putting it out there that Blue Orange Tears will be live at State Farm Arena of Suite Level for Game 4, Knicks vs. Hawks in Atlanta. If you are available or interested in coming, you get to email the Blue Orange Tears email, which I think is on the YouTube page. I think. If not, I can put it in the chat to see what it is. And I will do that right now. We still have a few tickets available. If you want to come out and join in fellowship with us for Game 4 for about 3 hours, early Sunday afternoon against at 1 o'clock. Oh, there's Uncle Freezy. Uncle Freezy, you want to add anything? I guess not. Let me put this out here. So, Yovis, salute. I think we're gonna have an easy night tonight. I think we're only gonna go on for so long, but we do have a few more tickets left. Which comes from Full Catering. They are games tickets. The whole works, really. It just be a fun time to fellowship with us fellow Knicks fans. Yo, Elvis, if you want to go, why not go? Why not come out and fellowship, yo, Elvis, if that's what you want to do? Do what you want to do in living color. Who remembers that show? So we will see what happens there, but it'll be a fun experience. Very fun experience. Game 2 is Wednesday evening, and we'll be down 0-1, but we're back at the Garden. Hopefully the crowd comes back out and really helps the team. Game one was close. I think we harped on to a lot of the things the Knicks should do to neutralize the Atlanta Hawks. We went through this ad nauseum last week, and we did a pretty good job for the most part with Nerlens Noel. A lot of people think that Nerlens Noel didn't play a good game, but a lot of things that he did doesn't show up in a box score because he's really good, and this is me giving Nerlens Noel credit. For what we have available, he is probably the best at the pick and roll against the Clint Capellas. And you saw as soon as he went out with that injury, the Atlanta Hawks decided, oh, we can exploit this. We can now do what we want to do. And that led to the Atlanta Hawks picking and rolling us. And then we tried to adjust to it after the second Because there was 2 pick and rolls that he had one alley to Capella, and then I think you had the Trae Young floater, and then we actually pressed up and rotated the man over from the corner, which led to the first Bogdanovich 3-pointer that was wide open. And that's just, and you love Taj. Taj is, probably one of the most well-respected players, not even on the Knicks, but in the league. But he's a liability in the pick and roll. I wish I could say a different word. I wish I could say something different, but Taj Gibson is a liability. Yo, Elvis, you mean today or Wednesday? Because technically today is tomorrow. So are you talking about Tuesday or Wednesday? Because we have a few tickets left. If you're interested in the game. And I think we'll be going live at the game. Now, we can't show the game. But I think, Spree, what's going on? But I think we'll be live at the game broadcasting because we can show what's going on in the suite of the game. Spree, what's going on with you?
I'm all right. G-Man for Life was on an earlier show, and I've been doing some soul searching. I think it's time to start a manual quickly. I think I'm ready. I think it is time. And if we lose, we lose. But I'd rather lose with Emmanuel quickly and Derrick Rose moving forward. So it may backfire, but I need to get off to a good start. And quite frankly, I just don't think Elfrid Payton deserves to play anymore because I don't feel like he's even playing hard anymore. I watched the game again. His body language is terrible. And I know he didn't play a lot. And I'm not blaming him entirely for the loss. It's not, of course, it's not on him. I just think this is the direction I want to go. I don't want to start Rose. I mean, he's basically playing starters minutes anyway. He played 37 minutes. But I think IQ, Trae Young would have to work. He'd have to cover IQ. I'm not saying IQ's the best defender, but let's be honest, Elfrid Payton wasn't great either defensively. I don't want to hear this. Everybody telling me how great Elfrid Payton can play defense. He hasn't done it. He looks disinterested. So right now, I have to consider all my options here. I understand it's just one game, but I can't afford to lose the next game. So I'm not freaking out. I'm just trying to figure a way to fix this situation, and I think starting IQ, that's where I'm at. So that's where I'm at.
Salute, Uncle Kev. Salute, Spree. Salute, Mo.
Salute.
Yeah, how are you?
Oh, salute. How you doing, Hoodie Kev?
I am very well. Trying to sell these tickets. I got to get on my salesman like Tommy Boy.
You got to go to Knicks Reddit. Knicks Reddit is the best way. It's basically like the Craigslist of like ticket selling.
I'm not trying to sell these tickets as anyone. I want the tickets to be sold within the Blanche Tears community. Actually, I think I just sold another ticket, actually.
So how big are these suites? Are they pretty big?
Yes, they are pretty big.
It's like a studio apartment.
It's bigger than that.
Okay, you big baller.
I am. Only the best of Lawrence Tears. Only the best.
I could
But no.
I could tell by your pearly whites.
No, there is a golf simulator in there, and I'm really, really, really looking forward to this golf simulator.
How many seats are left?
Left?
Yeah.
I ain't gonna let you know. Enough.
I'm up in New York, so I don't know if I'm.
You should take Kwame Brown with you to the game.
Kwame's going nuts. I mean, he's like doing a live. I've never seen a guy. I feel like he wears 10 different pairs of clothes every day because he's on a different live wearing different clothing. Every 30 minutes, he's on a different live with different shorts on.
Spree, as a black man, I actually like a few of the things he's saying. He's a little bit unorthodox on the way he does it. But I do see through it's bullying. I believe right now, Jeremy Lin is writing a book about bullying. So it's hypocritical that you have Jeremy Lin going on Good Morning America and things like that. But then when it's a black man that he was literally bullied for 20 years.
Oh no, don't get me wrong. I think he has a right to speak out. I think people have taken shots at him for way too long, and he has a right to come after those people. I just think, I mean, this has been going on, the beef with how many days now?
It's been a week. It's been a week, and he already got 200,000 subscribers. Like, this is the best. This is like Gorilla Glue Girl.
He's also going to get a podcast. I heard.
Wait, what does that have to do with the clothes he wearing though? Spree mentioned the clothes he wearing, and we just don't fit in the bullying.
What?
Huh?
What do you do?
What do you do?
He was wearing T-Row and a Andy Roddick.
He's country.
Yeah, absolutely. I just thought, I mean, it's cool. It's cool. It's dope. I mean, it's like I got every 30 minutes he's on a different live. The thing. I'm at work.
We're so used to materialism that when we look at somebody rich, we want the materialism with them. We want the fancy car, etc. So he's not showing you that, but he's talking about like property. He has a ranch. Like, so I'm like, oh, this is different.
Right. For sure.
For New Yorkers, it's different though. But
so I have not heard
what's going on.
He played in the NBA for like 12 years. Of course, he has like property and stuff.
I have not heard one thing that Kwame Brown has to say.
You haven't heard what's been going on?
No,
it's crazy,
I
man.
I know, but I don't care.
So, well, I'll say this.
Go ahead.
I don't mean to cut you off, Hoodie Cap, but just I thought I saw the interview live that Matt Barnes and Gilbert Arenas did, and they were wrong. They were wrong. Like, I mean, and to Trae Young's Food's point, everybody's taking shots. Kwame's been the poster boy for being a bust, and I get it. He's sick of it. He's sick of it. It's been 20 years.
Right, what are we talking about? Forget about Kwame Brown. What about these Knicks? What's up?
Oh man, Mo.
But look, first of all,
I don't really know what else to say. I mean,
that was passive aggressive.
I don't know. This is helpful for me because I don't want. I need to get all. I'm depressed about the Knicks right now, but yeah.
Sergeant in the building. What's going on, Sergeant Nick?
Hey man, first of all, salute to the Nick and Knight family, man. Hey, Hoodie Kev, salute Uncle Freezy, Nick Gas, Spree.
Buenas noches.
My man Mo. He said he is not about all the pre-sequels tonight. He ready to get straight down to bed because he ready to go to bed right now. Look, he comfortable right now.
Yeah.
Well, look, I see you. I played
ball today. I busted my lip playing ball today. I was trying to give some energy. We need to play. We need to be hard nosed. We need to be tough. We need to play defense. We need to stand in the path of this man who is trying to destroy our summer. Like, I'm tired of Trae Young. We need to do something about that kid. I'm trying.
Mo, when you came on a show earlier and you said we got to
I'll
beat him up,
return right
did you
quick.
beat somebody up on the court?
This is my campaign. This is my campaign.
Remember when you said, did you go play
up.
ball earlier and beat somebody
I
up?
went and played ball earlier and I busted my lips, Bree.
You had me laughing with that, man. That was funny.
Oh my goodness. Oh, Mo was on fire tonight, boy. Like DJ Cool, he's on fire tonight.
He's on fire.
I knew what you were saying, man. We got to be physical with this dude.
They're like, seriously, send the message. Like, I don't, like, somebody's listening. Somebody's listening. Send the message. We are getting Trae Young, and we're going to knock him on his ass. I'm sorry. Excuse my language. On his behind. No, forget that. We're knocking him on his ass. Like, period. Like, that's
okay.
It.
Yeah. So with the language, please. I don't know, and I don't want to get on you, but I've been getting everyone. We're trying to keep this. We can't monetize the show with people using that language because YouTube takes away that.
Is that really a curse?
Yes, it is. Ask YouTube, and thanks to you for monetizing the show.
Well,
so let's switch gears real quick, Hoodie Kev. Well, first of all, I said hello, Hoodie Kev. You didn't say hello back, did you?
I had a guess.
Okay, I forget you still at work. You got it. You're doing double duty right now.
Yes.
Okay, so to Spree's point, and I'm gonna respond to two people at the same time. Spree, and in the chat, White Falcon 44. So let me give you the realism to starting IQ over Alfred Payton, right? And I understand most people will automatically go to, hey, salute Quad Money. Most people will automatically go to say, I want to start Rose. I'm gonna tell you why we don't start Rose. Rose is more instrumental coming off the bench and staying with the second unit. That is a cohesive unit. It has proven itself to be very efficient in the efforts when they come off the bench, and they get us the scores that the first team is lacking right now. What happens when you put an IQ into the game, when you insert IQ into the game, he brings that energy that's missing right now. He is that guy that can get his shot going, which energizes the rest of the starting, well, let's say starting four. Because Noel's going to get Noel baskets. He's not going to get you a whole bunch of points. But you need somebody to be able to make up the deficit if Randall, RJ, and Reggie Bullock is not scoring. That's what you need. That's why you start IQ. Then you still have, now I'm not saying IQ is going to play a whole bunch of minutes. IQ is going to play those minutes that Alfred Payton was getting. So on the off chance that you might need to put IQ in the game with Rose, you still have the opportunity to do that as well. You're not taking him out of that rotation either. You have options. That's all I'm saying. You need to have options on the starting five that will get us those buckets so we stop getting these slow starts. Slow starts is what's killing us right now. We have been notorious as slow starts the entire season. We have been fortunate enough to have a bench that can come in and kind of negate when we get those slow starts. When Randall, the last game was yesterday. Well, 2 days ago now. But when the last regular season game we played against Atlanta, Randall had 40 points, 4-0. In the game that we just played, he had 15 points. We're not going to win like that, especially if there's not an equal distribution of points with that starting five. Now, having said all that, Tibbs has to be a little bit more savvy in the timeliness of his rotations and how he brings guys in and takes guys out. You can't go away from the high hand. You cannot. If you're going away from the high hand, you're doing yourself a disservice. Bottom line up front. And I think at the end of the day, after that game on Sunday, there are some eyes that are open now. I think that going into this game on Wednesday, the dust is off the Knicks now. All that newness of being in the playoffs, all that's gone. So whatever advantage that the Hawks think they had in game one, I'm here to tell you right now, that's a non-starter, baby. Now we're back to playing basketball. So
Thanks.
I'm telling you right now, if I'm with Spree in the fact that we have given Alfred Payton chance after chance after chance after chance, and he has consistently let us down every single game. Every single game. I
Well
don't know.
said.
I don't know what the love affair is with Alfred Payton and Tibbs, but I need for them to break up right now.
It's one thing to not play well. It's another thing to not look like he cares in a playoff game.
Yeah, to your point, Spree, he had bad body language, bro. Bad body language is bad. I'm just talking about bad, and people can realize that, which is why on that play that Trae Young came down the court on and blew right past him. At least at the minimum, you could foul the dude. I'm saying this dude just ran right past him straight to the basket, unopposed. Come on now, for real.
Was that Alfred Payton or was that Reggie Bullock?
That was Alfred Payton.
Are you sure that wasn't Reggie Bullock, or is it two different plays I'm talking about?
It's two different plays. That was the play. Look, listen, Trae, you can go through the game and Trae Young beat somebody every play. That Trae Young just had his way with us, but. Here's
my thing, and that is what's called a setup. So you just said that Trae Young beat everybody, but it's an issue because he beat Alfred Payton.
No, that's not what I'm saying, Kev.
Because you brought it up,
no,
and if it wasn't an issue, you would have never brought it up.
Okay, so I can expound upon what I'm saying.
Please.
So here we go. I started with Alfred Payton because Alfred Payton was the topic of conversation. Mm-hmm. The Knicks as a whole, as it pertains to the defense of Trae Young, is this. Trae Young, the entire game, consistently went to his right. Consistently. Salute. Nobody took his right hand from him the entire game. The entire game. That's his strong hand. That's basketball 101. You take away what your strengths are from your opponent. Derrick Rose got beat. Alex Burks got beat. Alfred Payton got beat. Whoever was checking Trae Young, no one.
Frank Ntilikina got beat.
So you know what? I'm glad you brought Frank up. I'm glad you brought Frank up. You know why I'm not gonna bash Frank? Because you cannot ask a man that has not played the entire game to come in at 0.09 seconds left in the game and check the person that's been cooking us the entire game. You can't do that.
He wasn't cooking us. Trae Young wasn't cooking us the whole entire game. That's not true. Listen, I sat back and I watched the first game that we played the Atlanta Hawks. I watched the second game we played the Atlanta Hawks, and I watched the third game we played the Atlanta Hawks, and I watched this playoff game in this last stretch. Let me tell you what happens. The first game we played them, they had Bogdanovich. We had Alfred Payton on the court, right? Trae Young didn't kill us the first game. Alfred Payton had a good game the first game we played the Atlanta Hawks. Second game, all right. We didn't even have Derrick Rose on the court. We didn't even have Derrick Rose. We still beat the Atlanta Hawks. And I watched the games in entirety. I still have the footage. I watched the game footage for all four games. Even going back to even last night. Now we have Derrick Rose on. Now we have Derrick Rose at point guard. Even though Alfred Payton started, we still stick to our guns. We don't switch up anything that they did. They didn't do anything. They didn't do anything crazy to us last night. We lost that game. We lost that game in increments. We fought back. Even though Alfred Payton didn't lose that game for us.
I never said Alfred Payton lost the game for us. That's not what I said.
You think that what we did last night, we got flustered. We ran to Derrick Rose too quick. We ran to our bench too quick, and it looked like we got weak. We let the crowd get us out of our game too. We played with a little bit of nerves when we went to the bench that quick, because of the crowd. It was
It threw
like the
everything
first.
off whack.
It was like the first time we had the crowd in the building, right? So
Yeah.
so it took Julius Randle out of his game. But Julius Randle was a little bit flustered too. Julius Randle was a little bit flustered. He was out. He was off his game. Reggie Bullock was off his game. As starters, a
Trae
few
Young
ple-
killed us, though.
as starters, a few players were off their game.
So let me get this straight,
So-
and because
What's that? One sec, Kev, because I want to piggyback off what Mr. Rocket is saying, because I agree to some degree of what he's saying that when we did go to Rose, we came in quick instead of what we usually do. Coming in 5 minutes. Hold on, Rocket.
And
And
it
then
just shuts
coming in
Alfred
5
Payton down.
minutes.
So Alfred Payton's going to get uninterested when you do that to him. So it takes him, it breaks his confidence right there and then there. And then we didn't get and so what that we haven't been getting the stuff from Alfred Payton. I seen Alfred Payton shut down when I watched the game, I seen him shut down Trae Young. I seen him shut down Trae Young down in the first game, he was efficient.
Like,
in the first game,
The point that I want to make, the point that I want to make is if we switch up the starting lineup, to me, if we switch up the starting lineup, to me,
we stick to our guns.
I think is showing attrition. It's showing like we had to change something to try to beat Atlanta.
Yes, and
so at least for the next game,
we've been beating them. We don't
Mr. Rocket, let you got to pass the mic.
What needs to change?
What if we change the starting lineup? Atlanta's gonna feel like they've won. You know what I'm saying? Because they're like, okay, we beat these guys so bad that they've had to change the starting lineup that they've had for the whole year.
Did the Cleveland Cavaliers, when Andre Iguodala got inserted into the starting lineup, did they think they won?
No, but listen, I mean, I'm not talking about any other team. I'm talking about our team and the way we've played the whole year.
Exactly. How we've been winning. We've been winning.
This is different. This is the playoffs.
Through thick and thin, but it's only one game.
It's one game. We don't get flustered. We don't just
7-game series. There's 7 games in the series, and it's.
But I don't want to get down 2-0.
No, I understand that. Nobody wants to get down 2-0.
That doesn't just because we switch up everything, we don't go down 2-0.
Still talking about starting Alfred Payton. I
don't think there's a need to change the starting lineup, and I think actually the misstep, like Rocket was saying, that's why I wanted to piggyback off what he was saying.
He didn't even have any fouls.
He came in. He threw Derrick Rose in quickly, and he didn't wait for his regular time to put in Derrick Rose when he puts him in with Taj Gibson. He put in Derrick Rose by himself, and that already just throws everything off because Taj Gibson is a security blanket for Derrick Rose. Every time Derrick Rose goes into the paint and jump stops, he can pass through anybody on the outside, but he knows where Taj is at. So if he can't find anybody on the outside, he's always going to pop in the middle and hit Taj with that pass and right in through the middle. You changing things up. It just doesn't let it flow the way he usually does.
Exactly, and then we do that. Then Lou Williams comes in the game, and then Lou Williams comes in the game and does the same thing.
Eddie, here's Eddie and Mr. Rocket.
So anybody, so at any given time,
Rock,
can have a big game.
Let's pre-talk, and then everybody could pass the mic around, and everybody can listen to everybody clearly.
I hear you. This is what we've been all year. I get all of it. I understand, and most likely you're right. He's probably going to continue to start Payton. My whole thing is this: Alfred Payton wasn't the reason we lost that game. Having said that, I still. It's a different game in the postseason. Has Alfred Payton at times played good defense including on Trae Young? Sure. That was in the regular season. It's the playoffs. Alfred Payton did not play good defense in the first quarter of the game in his first 6 minutes. Alfred Payton also missed a bunny that led to a transition layup where the whole team didn't get back on defense because they were upset at Alfred because they were devastated. Because they were mad they don't have a point guard on the floor that could finish a layup. So we can't say that Alfred Payton is doing these things when he's not. He has to be better. And if he's not better and we get off to a slow start, we're going to be down 2-0.
We should be
So
past
here's the thing. So hold on. Let's take this as this. Elfrid Payton, and I want everyone on the panel, and I want everyone on the live stream, and everyone to realize Elfrid Payton is not the reason Julius Randle went 6 for 22.
True.
Elfrid
Exactly.
Payton is not the reason
That's fair.
Reggie Bullock was garbage.
That's exactly what I was just saying.
Elfrid Payton is not the reason the New York Knicks lost Game 1 to the Atlanta Hawks.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying.
Hold on. We have to stop. We have to stop
The slander.
blaming Elfrid Payton.
Why are we
Things out
down
here
22
just because
11?
we need somebody. Just because we need somebody to aim our hostilities at, it should not be directed. When Elfrid Payton left the game, we were winning 6-5.
Wait, whoa,
We
whoa,
were
whoa,
winning
whoa.
the game.
Wait, hold on. Is that factual?
I don't
That
think
is
that's
factual.
factual. No.
When
That Cody Kev, there's not.
When
That's not
Elfrid
right.
Payton left the game,
I'm about to go
it was
back and watch the game right now.
6-5.
Go pull it up. I
Network.
watched the
When
game. I
Elfrid-
watched the game.
watch it,
I watched the
watch
game 4
it.
times.
When Elfrid Payton left the
4
game
times.
and brought Derrick Rose in,
I watched the
the
game 4
score
times.
was 6-5.
So we only
No,
scored
look back. Look at it.
6-5.
I watched last week's
6-5
game
who?
4 times.
The
And then I
score
watched
was
the quarter by quarter by quarter by
6-5.
quarter.
6-5
It
who? Who?
And then, hold on. And then Elfrid Payton left, and Atlanta went on an 11-0 run.
So we only scored 5 points in 6 minutes?
No, we scored 6 points.
We only
They
scored
had
6
5
points in 6 minutes.
And Atlanta scored 5.
I don't care about
Atlanta Hawks scored 5 points. We
Yeah,
had
another
like,
thing-
we were blown.
we need
Atlanta
to
Hawks
score.
All right,
put Elfrid Payton in the game.
I didn't
I
say he
can't-
was
you don't
going
gotta
to
do
Five
that.
points.
We only
And
Y'all
we're
gotta do
mad because we're not doing anything.
We
When
need
he
to get
left
off
the
to a good
game.
start.
No,
Word.
With Derrick Rose
no,
and all that?
no.
Yeah,
When
and
Elfrid
they're
Payton left
hiding
the
him.
game,
And they're hiding him on
the
defense
Atlanta
too.
Hawks went on an 11-0 run without Elfrid Payton on the court.
Because they were devastated
and-
by the first
They
6
weren't
minutes.
devastated because they were up. They were,
Yeah.
regardless of what the score was.
No,
They
the
were
whole
And another
winning.
thing-
They
and
were
another
winning
thing-
the game. They weren't
and another
devastated
thing-
because
They
we
were
kept the
devastated.
Atlanta Hawks
And
to
another thing they
5
know,
points.
They were shook by the
And-
crowd
and-
and playing
They
4-on-5
they
basketball.
They kept the
And then,
Atlanta Hawks to
and look,
5 points.
and look, and check this out too. They know that they know that Trae Young is a liability on defense, right? So they're hiding him, right? When we bring the ball up the court, Trae Young is not even guarding our point guard. He's running off to the corner. They're hiding him in the corner. Every time we bring up the ball up the court, Trae Young is not even guarding our point guard. He's hiding in the corner. So you know what we go do? We go look for Trae Young, right? And we go look for Trae Young. Every time we bring up the ball up the court, we go look for Trae Young. We make him play
That is
defense. We make him
a
play.
ridiculous take. I'll tell you why that's a ridiculous take. Mr. Rocket, that take doesn't make any sense because in the beginning of the game, Trae Young was guarding Reggie Bullock.
Yes, that's what I'm saying.
When you start to draw plays for Reggie Bullock, there's something wrong with your offense.
We need to find
Exactly.
You put Trae Young on the. Now, you excuse me, but I don't recall Reggie Bullock, who was god awful regardless of who was guarding him. I could have been guarding him in game 1. That's how bad Reggie Bullock was. And you trying to tell me that Trae Young did something? Because Trae Young is the worst defender, and Reggie Bullock had an awful
They're
game.
hiding him. They're hiding him. They know he's a liability.
Yeah,
on
I
defense.
would be hiding him too on Reggie Bullock if he gonna play like that.
all Mr.
That's
Rocket
what I'm
is saying.
saying.
We got to make Trae Young
That's what
work
I'm
on
saying. That's what I'm saying. Make him work
Hold
on
on.
defense.
Wait,
Get him.
what
Make
plays
him
you
work
run
on
over Reggie Bullock?
defense. What you
plays
mean?
run over
What you
Reggie
mean?
Bullock?
We gotta run.
What you
because
mean?
Reggie
Make him
Bullock-
switch.
Reggie
him
Bullock is a perimeter
Yo.
player.
We got to
Yo,
run.
That's
pick and
who
roll.
I
he
seen-
is.
I
Reggie Bullock ain't about
seen-
to post nobody up in the paint. Reggie Bullock ain't about to do nothing
Nah, it's not
spectacular.
about. It's,
So what he is he's a catch and shoot player. So you put your
So
worst
slow-
players
so
on the catch
that's
and
why-
shoot player because you know Reggie Bullock's not about to do anything
right.
with anyone
Okay.
in any kind of liability.
Okay, cool. That's cool. But once they doing
How is
that,
that making him work when you know that the player he's guarding is nothing but a catch and shoot player?
The Knicks
But
didn't run enough pick and roll. They got to get him
look
off
what I'm
ball.
saying. Look what I'm saying. All right, so then when we do that, all right, now when Alfred Payton is, and now when our starting point guard is bringing the ball up the court, and we know that Trae Young is not guarding our starting point guard, yo, Alfred Payton could cook. Take it to the rack. Who's guarding? Who's guarding?
I don't even really think that we have to like
Reggie Bullock's
go.
about to
We
take
don't
it to
have
the
to
rack.
like go
No, not
and
just
search
Reggie
out for
Bullock.
Trae Young
Not
and like
Reggie
go
Bullock.
against Trae Young
Not Reggie
defensively.
Bullock. Alfred Payton should go straight to the rack. Go
Gotta
drive
finish.
to the basket. Go
Gotta
kick it to the
finish.
paint. He doesn't have to shoot.
Hold on.
What are you even talking about?
Hold on. I have listened to this as long as I possibly can. Because right now I don't
He don't
understand
gotta
what
shoot.
in God's creation is going
We
on.
don't want him to take no because you know he can't shoot.
Hold on, Mr. Rocket. Hold on, Mr. Rocket. Hold on. So I think that we need to get some semblance of what this conversation is really about right now. Because we are all over the map. I'm telling you, all over the map. I don't know what we're talking about. I have no idea right now. So
I think I do, but
because people talking about we need to shut Trae Young down. That's the whole conversation.
Hold on.
We won 3 games against these Atlanta Hawks.
Kev, what is the topic of conversation that we're on right now? I need to understand that so I can give you my take.
I don't even know.
You tell me. You are the moderator, so tell me what we talking.
All right,
about.
so we could talk about.
I have no
other
idea.
people wanting somebody to start, right? Like taking somebody off the bench and changing the starting lineup that we've had.
I'm glad you brought that up, Eddie. I'm glad you brought that up. So
we've had the same starting lineup since the beginning of the beginning of the year, right?
Just do that.
You're right.
But let me finish my point, then everybody else could talk because is kind of hectic
tonight. Go ahead.
Yeah. So I'm from the thinking that we should keep it the way it is. Just play better, because we played like crap. We played like crap. So
our best
what
player
we have to do is
we
don't have to go out and search for Trae Young to so that he can defend. We just have to be more precise on our plays and what we want to do when we're on the floor. Be it with Julius Randle, be it if we want to play pick and roll, which we don't do that much. Just get into our plays and do what we have to do. Kevin said, and he was correct. First, the first minutes of the game, nobody was hitting shots. There was nobody hitting shots.
Correct.
You know what I'm saying? So, just keep it the way it is. We don't have to go crazy, because once we start changing lineups, and that's what I think Tibbs' first bad move was when he came in with Derrick Rose, like I was saying, because he usually waits to the 7-minute mark to come in with Rose and to come in with Taj Gibson at the same time. He didn't do that game. So right then and there, you're already throwing things off whack, and things, maybe Derrick Rose wasn't feeling as comfortable at the beginning. I don't think he was hitting any shots, right? Until later on in the game, he started getting more comfortable driving to the rack and things of that nature. There's another point that I want to say, then I'll pass the mic off. And I'm going to put this on Derrick Rose. Like, I saw him continuously throughout the game. Trae Young just literally just go by him on his right, to his right, get picked every single time. Every single time. You know what I'm saying? And it wasn't Alfred that was guarding him. It wasn't IQ that was guarding him. It was literally Derrick Rose. So, I think he has some blame here too. When we talk about we just let Trae Young go rampant, he has to try to, make him go left a little bit, fight through those picks a little bit better. We know that's not Derrick Rose's strong suit, but I would like for him to do that a little bit more in the next game, because we're going to need a little bit more defensive effort from him in the next game.
Let me get to this super chat right quick. Thank you, D Hall, for the $1.99 super chat. He says that people ignoring Quickly's impact in limited minutes. Appreciate the super chat, D Hall.
I think he played great in the minutes that he played. He played really well. He played really well.
My only argument, or G-Man, you want to go first?
No, go ahead, Spree. Because I got a whole bunch of stuff I need to get off my chest. Go ahead.
I'm torn with this. Like, I understand. I completely understand to not overreact. The people that say don't overreact. Randall played awful. We lost by 2. Keep everything the way it is. Play a better, cleaner game, and we win the game. I hear that, but I do believe if you put Quickly in there, I don't think they're going to start Rose because he's basically playing starter minutes, and we need him more with the second unit. If you play Quickly, you absolutely it will. I think it will take less pressure off of Julius because they have to cover him out wide, whoever guards him, whether it's Trae or whatever. And yes, I agree with Mr. Rocket. We absolutely have to make Trae work much more, even if they hide him. And that's on Reggie Bullock, whoever, to do a better job and move around and do what you got to do. But I'll just say this. Right now, it's all about getting Randall comfortable. And if you put Quickly out there with Randall, I feel like Quickly he can penetrate, he can finish, he can make floaters. And I just feel like Quickly, he's built for this. I just feel like.
Let me ask you a question.
I know
so we're going to trim from a 10-man rotation to a 9-man rotation.
Hold on. Spree.
It's a gamble.
Spree.
Go ahead.
When Julius Randle in the first 3 games was averaging 37 points against the Atlanta Hawks, who was the starting point guard?
That was the regular season.
No, when Julius Randle was averaging 37 points against the Hawks, who was the New York Knicks starting point guard?
The same person.
My answer to that is the Hawks are playing different defense now.
when Julius Randle was averaging 37 points against the Atlanta Hawks, who was it's not Rockets, it's not like this. Who was the New York Knicks starting point guard?
It was Alfred Payton, but again, they're not playing the same defense.
Alfred Payton.
We're playing a different
defense. You keep saying, so let me get this straight.
Go ahead.
The Atlanta Hawks switch up their defense.
Yep.
And the one thing that you Knicks fans, and I say you Knicks fans because it doesn't make any sense to me, you think is like, hey, we have to change the lineup.
We Knicks fans, not just me. Come on, man.
I don't think we got to change the lineup. You had to change the adjustments that you do in the game, but that doesn't mean change the entire lineup.
I hear you, Hoodie Kev. It's playoffs, though.
Listen. Hold on. Stop. Everybody stop. Because what we're doing right now is we're talking about semantics.
Wait. What's going on? Why can't we yelling at me like I'm a child? Calm down. Hoodie Kev, calm down. I'm not your child, bro. I'm not your child, and I'm not the enemy, bro. Calm down. Get the level down, because you sound ridiculous. You sound like you about to blow a gasket over nothing. Hey, Hoodie Kev, calm down, bro. Talking about he yelling at adults like he's somebody. Come on, Hoodie Kev, you know better than that. You don't be yelling at people like he's supposed to be energy, man. Energy, man. Man.
Freezy, this right here, this remind me of when I was the first on Freezy. I'm telling you right now. Yeah. This is exactly what it's reminds me.
I yell at you, Uncle Freezy.
Better get his life together.
Hey, Kev, the Duke is trying to get on the panel, Kev.
I'm about to get Hoodie Kev a life coach.
No, when did I yell at you?
I'm just desperate to try to win this game and get off to a good start. I don't know. I don't know.
That's the thing. That's the thing, Spree.
I don't know what to do.
We can't look desperate. Like
we can't look desperate to them, but I need to find a way. I'm saying I'm desperate.
You can find a way.
Amongst our Knicks family, I'm desperate. I'm not desperate to the Hawks.
Exactly.
Yeah, but we can find a way. We can find a way the same way we've been doing it. That's what I'm trying to say, man.
Do you think we're good enough? It's not. Do you think we're good enough keeping it the way we've done it?
I thought from the beginning, to be completely honest with you, man. I'm going to be completely honest. I from the beginning didn't think that we were going to win the series.
Okay.
I thought Atlanta, looking at it on paper, I thought Atlanta has just more firepower. They have the best player on the court at the best position. From the get. Trae Young. That's Trae Young.
Okay.
And when I saw the bench, I said to myself, "Wow, they have as good a bench as we do."
Okay.
We have one of the best benches in the league. And when I saw the bench, I said, "I think they have as good of a bench as we do." So I said, wow, man, I'm hoping this goes 7 games. In a 7-game, anybody can win, but I didn't see it. I didn't see it happening for us because of all those factors that I mentioned. But that doesn't mean that we still cannot win the series. Like, I don't know who's going to win the series. That's just my assumption. You know what I'm saying? Of course, I'm rooting for us to win. I mean, I'm a Knicks fan. I'm a diehard Knicks fan. You know what I'm saying? But again, we can't just overreact over one game. Series, a 7-game series is very, very long. The thing is that we haven't been in the playoffs for so long that we don't know how long the series is.
Eddie, will you be saying the same thing if we lose tomorrow in another, regardless of what, if we're down 2-0 and we get off to a slow start? I'm not saying Elford's the reason we lose the game, but Hoodie Kev made the point. We were winning 6-5. Didn't really do anything on offense, but again, we were up a point. Okay. It was 6 minutes and we only scored 6 points. If we lose tomorrow, Wednesday, and we're down 2-0, would you have the same opinion?
If we played a great game, if we played a good offensive game, if we played the same defense that we've always played with, if we played Knicks basketball and we still lost, then I would probably think different. But we didn't play Knicks basketball in that first game.
Okay.
Let me get to this super chat from your Welver. Thanks to Welver for the $5 super chat. He says Hawks won't win any more games.
There you go. There it is. Okay.
Hope you're right.
So, Kev, you want to go ahead and comment on this because I've been biting my tongue for quite some time here, and I got something to say. So,
what's up, Paducah? What's up, Nice?
Paducah, salute, Nice.
What's up,
good people?
Sergeant, Hoodie Cap, and Uncle Freezy.
Greetings, salutations. I just don't believe that you panic and change your lineup. How many teams lost game 1 and then game 2 and come back and just change their whole lineup?
LeBron loses game 1 every year almost.
You're not just changing the starting lineup. You're changing your entire rotation and how you utilize your players. So it's not just taking one player out and inserting another player. You literally change your entire rotation when you do that.
But
right.
I think
you have to compensate for that.
And why are you saying it's panicking? Why are you saying it's panicking when I call it just making adjustments?
Because you don't a knee-jerk reaction like changing your lineup because you lost game 1.
But it's not a knee-jerk reaction. It's not just the one game. It's been the last 10 to 20 games.
Well, how about this? If you had this issue, you could have changed this after game 20, after game 30, after game 40, or 50, or 60, or 70. You don't wait until the 74th game of the season.
Why not?
He wanted to see Alfred in a playoff moment to see if he was going to look disinterested again. And now he saw that he didn't look very interested.
So let me ask you a question. If the Knicks start Emmanuel quickly and bench Elfrid Payton and they lose, who else you gonna bench then? What's the next move then?
I don't think we're gonna lose.
But if that happens, who are you gonna blame then?
You know who I'm gonna blame? I'll blame me, and I'll take a fine. I'll give you each some nice souvenirs. I'll give you some nice cards and souvenirs to each of you. If that happened, if he starts, all right, I'm gonna go on record. You know how I got God of Moses a jersey because he made the All-Star game? Everyone on this panel right now, Uncle Freezy, Eddie C, Mo, Nice, Paducah Jerome, Mr. Rocket, Hoodie Camp. If Emmanuel quickly starts on Wednesday and we lose, I will send each of you a goodie bag to your address with some good stuff in there.
You see, but then they came out wait.
I'll send goodie bag, Hoodie Kev, and you know there's good stuff in there.
So didn't they already real quick, G-Man? Didn't they make a comparison with how many games we actually won and lost with Elfrid Payton being on the floor and not being on the floor?
Yep.
Yeah, they did.
So just with that being said, we need to understand that it's not that if we see him on the floor is that we see potential. The thing is that you could see that Tibbs is really trying to give him a chance, a shot. Every single time that Derrick Rose has came in, I don't know, it just started declining, and I believe that last night what he did, it was actually game over. Game over. They even asked him after that, like, "Hey, do you think you're gonna be playing EP?" And he didn't want it to even touch the conversation. So I think that the Knicks, they already done with EP.
It's weird because the way they were saying it and like the ones that asked the questions, they were like, he usually like answers in a certain way, and he just answered it in a different way than he usually does. I'm not expecting it to change, but if it changes, it changes.
I would love that.
Right. It is what it is. At
So,
this
so,
point.
so, so let me, I'm gonna address a couple things all at once here, right? So, number one, if you are in a basketball game, you are a head coach, right? And you go into the film room and you establish the fact that the personnel that you had on the floor did not produce for whatever reason, and you want to make an adjustment based on your evidence in the film room, that is not a knee-jerk reaction. That is not panicking. That is a head coach in the film room evaluating the film and putting the team in the best possible situation they could be in to win the game. That's number one. Number two, if you can insert any name on the roster to substitute for Alfred Payton. I don't care who it is. I like Quickly. Because you keep Rose in the rotation that he is in. To Hoodie Kev's point, you have to fill that role off the bench. But Hoodie Kev. But
I prefer Hoodie Kev than EP.
You want Hoodie Kev with the second unit?
But listen,
100%. 100%.
Listen, ain't nobody getting the ball. I'm shooting it every time. Y'all me.
It definitely won't be
Hoodie Mellow.
He's gonna have 98% usage rate.
Hey, he'll be more useful than EP. That's a fact. That is a fact.
He's gonna be like LaMelo in high school.
Here we go, right here. So when I tell you insert Quickly into the starting lineup, that's to keep Rose in the rotation with the second unit. That's not saying that IQ is playing 35 minutes at point guard. He is playing Alfred Payton minutes. So if you need to bring if you need to bring IQ back in with the second unit, you got the opportunity to do that.
You can still do that.
That's
what I'm talking about. That's exactly right. It's not like Alfred Payton's playing an insane amount of minutes. He's playing 13 minutes. Why can't I'm just adding to the IQ. IQ, do you guys realize how efficient IQ is when he's on the floor? Like, do you realize when you look at the analytics, it's insane.
Yeah. I won't even go to analytics, Spree. Trust your eye test.
It's the eye test and it's also the analytics. And again, I promise you, right now, and you asked the point, what's the difference when Randall scored 37? I'm telling you right now, the Atlanta Hawks, it's the playoffs, the defenses, they're loading up, they're playing a soft zone, they're mixing it up, and it's confusing to Randall. So the more that you can space the floor for him, otherwise it's going to be 4-on-5 with Alfred Payton for his 13 minutes. And again, I don't think Alfred Payton's the reason we lost the game. There's 5 or 6 other reasons ahead of Alfred Payton. But I'm just telling you, I'm trying to find a way.
The momentum, the way that we start the game with EP is insane. Like I'm already done. And one thing to G-Man point, real quick. Sorry for that, G-Man. I just want to add.
Go ahead.
Real quick. So if you look at that Obi dunk, it was an EP, and that's something normally that a point guard does. It's pretty much anybody in the team doing it except EP, and he's the actual point guard.
So
this is I'm sorry. This is what's 100% crazy. We spent tonight and last night, and the only thing, and I've watched several shows, right? The main topic of conversation is Alfred Payton and his 8 minutes. But not a big deal was made of Julius Randle going 6 for 22. Like, why is Alfred Payton's 8 minutes higher priority than Julius Randle going 6 for 95% of that is without Alfred Payton even on the court.
I'm gonna tell you why.
The main reason we lost the game is because Julius Randle went 6 for 22.
I'm gonna tell you right there.
Yeah, but we lost by
Payton.
2. Hoodie cap, but we lost by 2 even in Julius Randle bad night.
But
So
the
at the end of the day, people are picking it up.
It's not the fact that we lost by 2 because Everton they played 8 minutes. We lost by 2
Yeah,
because
because
Julius
the way he
Randle
started the momentum.
went 6.
Hoodie cap, real quick.
Momentum. Jesus
How
Christ!
How many times have we seen? Real quick.
The game was 6 to
Hoodie
5.
Hoodie cap. Let me explain this. Let me
I
say
wasn't
this.
at work right now.
Hoodie cap, real quick. Yeah, they won't be throwing you out. Hey, hoodie cap, real quick. How many times have we seen throughout the season that the bench really has taken us out of critical situation?
So
how many times?
Kev, I'm going to answer your question because a lot of times you ask a question and nobody answers it for you. I'm going to answer your question, Kev.
Yeah.
The reason why we are still talking about Alfred Payton is because of what just happened about 4 minutes ago. All this confusion and people talking over each other, can't get your point across. That's why we spend so much time on Alfred Payton. Now, if we can move
something that a player that played 8 minutes and was really, and to be honest with you, was a non-factor in the game. Alfred Payton was a non-factor in the game. How about this? Since we like to talk about non-factors, how about we spend, how long have we been on? An hour and 5 minutes. How about we spend an hour and 5 minutes and we talk about Theo Pinson?
He didn't play. He
was a non-factor. Alfred Payton played 8 minutes, and we spent an hour and 5 minutes talking about Alfred Payton.
Jesus Christ, y'all are making me increase my allotment on.
Alfred Payton played 8 minutes.
What goes in this
and
cup?
we spent an hour and 5 minutes talking about Alfred Payton, and not how Julius Randle went 6 for 22. Not about how Reggie Bullock thunk up the joint. Not about if Alec Burks, who is the model of inconsistency, can go out and score 28 points again in game 2. We haven't even mentioned those things because we've been stuck on 8 minutes of game time.
Who was another player that played the least amount of minutes? Right after him, it was Obi, and those were productive minutes.
Yeah, they were, but I got a question, Kev. I got a question.
Yeah, that whole thing that I just heard. That whole thing that I just heard was stupid. I expect us to talk about smarter stuff. Can we talk about smarter stuff? Can we talk about smarter stuff?
I would like it, but we want to talk about Alfred Payton.
This is not a, because first of all, that's a lie. We did not talk 65 minutes about Alfred Payton. We started this joint about talking about Julius Randle making third team All NBA, Derrick Rose finishing in third, and the sixth man of the year, and Emmanuel Quickly making the All Rookie team. So that's how we started, right?
Wait, I didn't hear that.
Hold on. Let's be clear, Uncle Freezy.
Yeah, we did. No, I ain't holding on nothing. I ain't holding
because what you do, right? That's a false narrative.
This how I go. There's a pecking order. There's a pecking order, and the pecking order starts with Uncle Freezy at the top. That's how the pecking order goes, right? I ain't holding on nothing. Some of this stuff has been mad disrespectful in my eye. We've been raising our voice and saying these things and cutting off these guests and stuff. Hey man, I guess we love y'all. We want y'all to come on. And we want y'all to say what's on your mind. Sometimes it triggers us to say, what is this guest person talking about, right? But everybody have their own opinion. Like he can't have his own opinion. But we don't let one person's opinion dominate what other people are thinking. If you want to convince somebody to bring somebody to your side, okay. But to say like this thing, Alfred Payton was a non-factor, is ridiculous when there is statistical data that says Trae Young dominates Alfred Payton more than any other player that he faces in the NBA. That's fact. That's data. That's not made up stuff. When people say make an adjustment, bro, you can't just jump on people's. Like you just can't jump on Spree and then not let him talk, man. When he's trying to elaborate on his joint, man. Come on, Kev. And Kev is my guy, and y'all know how I feel about Hoodie Kev. Hoodie Kev, my guy, he the favorite. And if y'all be jealous of that, so what? Hoodie Kev, my favorite. I can't help it, right? But this thing is, come on, bro. We got to let people come in because this place is for Knicks fans to come have they say, bro. Come on.
We're all
Yo,
just,
fellas,
we're all
we know
just,
it
we're all
was good.
just trying to figure it out. We're just trying to figure it out, man. We all want to win the
The
series.
thing about
We yes, Wusa.
the thing about and listen, and Kev is trolling y'all to the highest degree. Kev trolling y'all bad. Hoodie Kev trolling y'all bad. He trying to get y'all and y'all know he's trying to get y'all to Hulk out. Right? He trying to get y'all to Hulk out.
Thank
You know
God
what
for
I'm
my
saying?
Giants cup. Thank God for the
Yeah,
New York Giants. I'm telling you.
don't Hulk out, bro. We just having a conversation, man. That's all. Can we have a conversation? Can we have a conversation?
I would like to have an enlightened conversation, and I can't for the life of me be like,
Can you
Albert Payton just needs to not
yell at us,
play.
though?
That cures all ailments. Albert Payton not playing at all.
But Kev, that's not what we're saying.
That is what y'all are saying. Y'all are saying everything will be cupcakes and roses if Albert Payton just didn't play.
Agree to disagree.
That is not what we're saying. What we're saying is Alfred Payton right now has zero productivity in the lineup.
Yeah.
Another person in that spot could either give us offense or defense at said time in the game with the starting unit. That's what we're saying.
How about if I said Reggie Bullock gave us nothing whatsoever on God's green earth?
Can I chime in?
How about
Can
we bench Reggie Bullock too?
Kev, can I ask you a question? Kev, can I ask you a question? Kev, can I ask you a question?
Y'all see the meltdown coming?
Is the NBA entertainment? Yes or no? Kev.
Huh?
Is the NBA entertainment? Yes or no?
I love these people.
What does that have to do with anything?
No, I'm answering my question. Is it entertainment? Yes or no?
Is it entertainment for who? The fans?
Is the NBA entertainment?
You think Tom Thibodeau got up there for entertainment? You think Tom Thibodeau got entertainment?
But you know, 15,000 people don't want Alfred Payton, so it's understandable why people don't want him.
Did Tom Thibodeau become a head coach for entertainment?
I came on the show for entertainment.
You're not answering my question. You're making.
I'm with Kev on this.
My whole thing is
become a head coach
the
entertain you.
My whole thing is you got to give the people what they want.
No, you don't.
Yes, you do.
No, you don't. No, you don't.
So this whole point is ridiculous too.
Got to give the people.
Okay, y'all keep talking all over me, man. If I keep getting talked over when we jump in, I'm booting everybody out. And we just gonna start all over from scratch, allowing one guest at a time. When we get on here and talk, bro, you can't just be talking and singing over people. Bro, it sounds like trash coming through the speaker. I keep telling us this every night. You got to let one person speak at a time, bro. You know what I'm saying? One person at a time. I know and listen, I'm having a good time too. You know what I'm saying? But y'all got to realize that there's thousands of people watching this. You know what I'm saying? So you're just going to do one person at a time. But to Cav's defense, bro, you ask Cav if this is entertainment. And it could be one of three things. It can be a business because business owners are in this to make money, right? It can be a sport, right? Because sports have been around for thousands of years, or it could be entertainment, depending on how you view what entertainment means to you, right? But you can't say when Kev says is one thing, and then you say, "Well, I view it as such and such, and that's what it is." That's not a good point. You're right, but that's not a good point because Kev doesn't agree with what you say. Doesn't mean that Kev is wrong with his opinion.
No, I didn't say that. Actually, I haven't chimed in the whole time. I was actually on the background.
Oh, yes, you did. Yes, you did.
No, I did not.
You said.
Shot.
Oh, okay. Yeah, bro. Come on, bro. You said I believe it's entertainment, and you got to give the people what they want. It's entertainment. You said that.
No, that's what I just said that now, but I wasn't in the argument before. I just got here.
No, not you. So anyway, so Kev, so the Alfred thing is this statistical data that says that Trae Young cooks Alfred Payton more than any other player that he faces in the NBA, right?
Yeah, I saw that
So why
earlier.
would Tom Thibodeau make an adjustment based off that data? That would be asinine for him to end his season by not making an adjustment.
So the thing is this: Trae Young scored 32 points in Game 1. 32. In the 8 minutes that Elfrid Payton was on the court, how many of those 32 points came on Elfrid Payton?
That's a good question. I'd like to know that.
I could tell you.
Hold on.
It's probably.
I watched the game four. I
probably
watched the game 4 times. I could tell you.
zero.
I got the footage. I already downloaded the footage on how many times he got scored on. Like
How much
I
was?
got, I got,
And also,
I got,
how many
I got
assists too?
Hey,
word.
Because this is what I know.
hey, Spree, can I ask you a question?
Go ahead, Free.
Hey, Spree, can I ask you a question?
Absolutely.
What does the Knicks offense look like with Elfrid Payton on the floor against the Atlanta Hawks in the playoffs?
Garbage. I'm sorry, that wasn't me.
It looks like 4-on-5 basketball to me.
Word.
Right. And did you notice that the Knicks scored 5 points in the first 6 minutes with Elfrid Payton on the floor?
I did notice
Did y'all
that.
see what the offense looked?
Terrible.
Right. Did you notice how when Elfrid Payton came off the floor, the Knicks fought their way back into the game and then took a lead? Did y'all notice that?
No, that's
100%.
not true.
It took a little bit, but
No,
yeah.
that's not true. That's not true. That's not true. That's not true.
It didn't.
That is not
that
true,
is-
Uncle Freezy.
That is
Because
very
when
true.
Elfrid Payton played the first 3 minutes of the game, left at 6'5", when he left the court,
It
the
wasn't
Atlanta Hawks.
long. That's
the
not
Atlanta
true.
Haw-
That's not true. He played more than 3 minutes.
He
It was
played
like
more than 3. Yeah.
it was like 5 minutes.
Yeah.
He only got
I'm
in
watching it right
twice.
here. I'm watching it
When
right here.
Elfrid Payton
He's still
left the game, the Atlanta Hawks went on an 11-0 run.
That is true. That is true.
When Elfrid Payton left the court,
That
the
might
Atlanta
be
Hawks
true.
went on an 11-0 run.
And then the Knicks picked it
Okay.
up, and then they got
Had
the run.
nothing to do
Wait,
with Elfrid
wait.
Payton.
Okay. Wait. See, this is what I'm saying about us taking an argument, just taking a stance, just to be argumentative, right? Because I said nothing about the Atlanta Hawks offense. I asked Spree what the Knicks offense looked like, and Hoodie Cab jumped in and said the Hawks went on an 11-0 run.
Yeah, that means that the Knicks scored 0 points.
We want to argue. We want to argue for nothing.
No,
We want to
that
argue
means
for
that
nothing.
that means the New York Knicks
Right.
scored 0 points immediately after Elfrid Payton left. 0 points when Elfrid Payton left the game for about a 2-3 minute stretch.
So the
They
question,
scored 0 points.
So the question was right. So you want to So since you want to argue with me, I get in argument mode. But you don't want arguing Freezy. I'm telling you that right now. You don't want that. You might want beef with somebody else. You ain't want that beef. You don't want that smoke with me, bro. I'm telling
It's
you.
something that
You ain't
I
want that
said not true
smoke.
because the question that you asked Bree was, what did the New York Knicks offense look like when Elfrid Payton
that
left?
I directed towards Spree with Elfrid Payton on the floor, and you immediately answered with what the Knicks offense looked like with Elfrid Payton off the floor.
Mm-hmm. So with Elfrid Payton on the floor, it wasn't good. With Elfrid Payton off the court, it wasn't good.
No.
It actually went from bad to worse. Actually,
No, ain't no actually. I asked Spree a specific question, and you jumped in with facts that did not apply to the question.
It applied everything to the question.
Because you want to argue.
It's an argument.
No,
you asked, what did the New York Knicks offense look like with Elfrid Payton off the court?
Did the Knicks make their run with Payton or without Payton on the floor?
No,
That's the
Elfrid
answer.
Payton on
That's
the
the
floor.
question.
What did the offense look like with Elfrid Payton on the floor?
Trash.
Right.
Even when we started the third quarter.
What the offense look like with the offense with Elfrid Payton off the floor?
We started
eventually
the third
very
quarter
good.
down by 2.
Right. So you want to be right about something, right? But changing the goalposts, moving the goalposts back and forth just to be right, don't make sense in the conversation.
No,
right?
I'm not changing the goalposts at
I
all.
think all of this stuff.
What I'm saying is, Elfrid Payton
I
is
asked
not.
Free what the Knicks offense looked like with. No, go ahead, bro. Whatever it is that you want to go ahead.
Elfrid Payton is not the issue. He is not the issue. We Knicks fans can make it be the issue, but he's not the issue.
You know, ironically, when this conversation first started, no one ever said Elfrid Payton was the issue. How this conversation started was that we believe that Tibbs needs to make an adjustment at point guard moving forward. We never said Elfrid Payton was the issue.
Right.
What we said was that Tibbs needs to look into the opportunity and making a change at point guard for the betterment of the starting five.
That means that he's an issue, because if he wasn't an issue, there wouldn't be need for an adjustment.
That means that he's not productive, Kev.
That means he's an issue, right?
So let me ask you a question.
I'm saying he's an issue.
That basically means he's an issue.
I'm saying he's an issue.
You're saying it without saying it.
He is not productive. So if you had
he's
hold
an
on,
issue.
Give me a minute, nice.
Sure, he's an issue. We can say problem, issue, difficulty, any of those.
Spree, give me a minute. Give me a minute. So, Kev, if the person that works at your front desk continuously bashes customers when they come in to check into the hotel, they don't give the level of customer service that the hotel is known for. Is that person an issue? Are you going to leave them at the desk, or are you going to look at replacing them? That's my question.
I'm not going to wait 6 months to do it.
Yeah, he gonna line up.
I'm not going to wait 6 months to do it.
Listen, Kev.
So what you gonna do? You're gonna wait at least, instead of waiting 5 minutes, you're gonna wait until 20 minutes to make the change?
Right, he's gonna wait till the off season when we get eliminated.
You know something? I'd rather, if that's the case,
Hold on. Let me ask you a question. I want to ask everyone a question. I just want to ask one question. Just one last question. I promise I'll let everyone. I won't say anything else. Just one last question. Did everyone have an issue of Elfrid Payton before tonight?
Yes.
Right after.
Why? On God's green
Where
earth,
were you?
Of
course,
now.
yes.
And right now, are we saying that he's an issue because we've had an issue of him way before now? Way before now. How many times have we said, I wish Tom Thibodeau would bench Elfrid Payton? How many times on how many different shows has this same conversation came up? How many times?
How many times has the Kevin Knox conversation come up?
This is about Kevin fucking Knox. This is about Kevin fucking Knox. That's what it's not about.
Today was
right now. We're sitting here right now. And we've had this conversation at the first 5 games, 10 games, 15 games, 20 games.
I blame all of this on Rocket. I blame it on Rocket.
There's people who have
you've been beating people up too much.
For Elfrid Payton's job. Right. I have sat here. Uncle Freely has sat here. Everyone has sat here.
Hold on.
What are we talking about now?
How you just gonna cuss like that on the channel, Cut?
Sergeant Nick, can you write this? Can you write this on your book?
I promise you, I've been doing this show since January, since December, and that was the stupidest thing I've ever heard anyone ever say.
Yo, chill.
I promise you that.
Chill, Kev.
That's disrespectful.
You gotta chill out, Kev. Okay. Like for real. Like I'm respectful.
So yeah, thank you. So Kev, well, I don't even know where to start. I don't. So
hey y'all, I'm just be patient with me and G-Man and Kev, just real quick, y'all. Just be patient with me, just real quick. Hey Kev, we had one of those meltdowns I was warning you about.
This came a long time. Here's my thing. If you're gonna sit here and you say you want to have smart dialogue, then let's have smart dialogue. But to say stupid stuff just to say something stupid is ridiculous. Right. To say something stupid just to say something stupid.
That's what I've been saying. Cam.
And no, I'm gonna say that's
we having one of these meltdowns, bro. And usually I call you
beforehand.
We having a meltdown. Usually I call you to pull you to the side and be like, "Hey, dog, just watch yourself, man. You about to have a meltdown." So, G-Man, what happened is usually when we get like 2 minutes into it, I call him like way prematurely, like, "Kev, calm down, bro. You about to have a meltdown." Right. But this time I was like, "Nah, I ain't gonna call him. I'm gonna just because he looked like he can handle it." And then he just had a meltdown. I was telling him that he need a life coach. And he was like, "I don't need no life coach."
Because I said this like 30 minutes ago. I said we're talking about Elfrid Payton, but let's not have a smart dialogue about how what we can do to get Julius going. But no, let's sit here and talk about Elfrid Payton sucks.
Well,
and I've been trying to subtly change the conversation, but we keep being stuck here at Elfrid Payton, who played 8 minutes. He played 8 minutes. He really did not have an impact on this game. He didn't. And if you want to sit here and say, "Oh, let's bench Elfrid Payton," like that's the first time we've heard that sentence this season, and you want to harp on it now after game 1 of the playoffs, then you're not bringing anything intelligent to the show. You're not, I will say that to anyone's face, because I came on the show and started and talked about how Julius Randle made the third team, how Emmanuel quickly made first team all rookie, and then it just spiraled into this Elfrid Payton universe, and it's been stuck there.
So,
and regardless of what anyone does, it keeps going back to Elfrid Payton, who played 8 minutes. 8. Obi Toppin probably played more than that.
He only played 5.
Kev,
he played 12.
Kev, so Kev,
Obi Toppin played 12 minutes.
Here's the thing, though.
Yeah.
So okay. So what if Obi played 15 minutes? It don't matter. What I'm saying is, so Knicks fans can't come on the joint and voice their opinions because what you say they're saying is dumb.
They can voice their opinion. No, that's not what I'm saying at all. I mean, if you want this show to be about dumb opinions, okay. But if you would like to have intelligent conversations, then I would like for that to happen. I would like to come here and have Knicks fans. I would love to come on the show and have intelligent conversations with fellow Knicks fans. I would like to not just say Elfrid Payton sucks,
right? But
what
we have
can
to do it.
we have to do it to alleviate.
We have to do it in
right?
a different. We have to do it in a different way, bro. We have to do it in a different way. First of all, you can't yell at people, bro. You can't. You can't. You can't yell at people.
I mean,
man,
when
like they children.
You know
what I'm saying? And secondly, what we need to do is when somebody says, we need to bench Elfrid Payton, we need to ask, like, what is the alternative? And so I listened to G-Man. What G-Man was saying about 40 minutes ago was spot on. He was offering alternatives to the Elfrid Payton situation, but he kept getting cut off. He couldn't elaborate on what he was saying because he was getting cut off, right?
Yes.
Because the thing is, because think about what he said. He said, I thought about Derrick Rose, but the second unit has chemistry with Derrick Rose. That was said. That was what my man said. So Emmanuel quickly seems like the better option, right? And listen, and personally, I agree, because if you and this is the reason why I agree. If you start quickly, and I'm gonna bring everybody on from backstage too, y'all. Just be patient with me while I get Hoodie Kev to calm down. Hey, Hoodie Kev, you owe me a super chat, bro. You know why. And you know why too, because you dropped like 2 or 3 F-bombs, and you know we don't even do that.
The show had already been demonetized before then.
No,
if it hadn't been, I wouldn't have said it. But the show had already been demonetized before then.
And I'm gonna get City for Real to read your super chat of platitude, by the way. So here's the thing. Here's the thing. Here's the thing: we try to make this. We try to make this thing. This is for Knicks fans, man. We don't have places where we can come and vent and talk. There are other shows, but but people get them. This show is different because it's not corralled in, and it's not, you know what I'm saying, one person at a time. Hey, I'm gonna go to such and such. Hey, I'm gonna go to such and such. We have a conversation on here. You know what I'm saying? It's not individual thoughts, all segmented and regimented in a certain way. We come on here and we conversate. And it's the reason why sometimes the conversation gets heated. You know what I'm saying? But the thing is, to say people who can't come on this joint and say what's on their mind as a Knicks fan, man, come on, bro. Come on, bro. I mean, yeah, we got to give people an opportunity to come on and say what it is. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, I'm trying to get to what G-Man was saying when he said start quickly. When you start quickly, you, in my opinion, you immediately take the bubble wrap off of Kevin Knox, right? So you start quickly, right? So your starters are quickly, RJ, Bullock, Randall, Nerlens. On your second unit, you have Rose, Burks, Knox, Obi, and Taj. Right. So now when Rose and Burks are cooking, you can't double team either because Knox is a shooter and Obi is a dunker. Right. So you can't pack the paint. So you can't pack the paint when they run pick and roll with Obi topping. Right. And you can't double team the pick and roll up top because Knox is a knockdown shooter from the corner. But we couldn't get to the conversation because you were saying that Elfrid Payton is not the problem. When Elfrid Payton is indeed the reason why your guy don't get minutes right now is because of Elfrid Payton. And if you think deeply into what I'm saying, don't just take it on surface value like they don't play the same position. Don't look at it as if they don't play the same position. Look at it as lineup flexibility, right? Because if you bring quickly up the bench to play the point, that means that Burks slides from the second unit 3 to the second unit 2, right? And now you need a second unit 3. Well, who do we have to fill the second unit 3 spot? Kevin Knox. I'm not saying this to appease you because I definitely want to eat you up in that Elfrid Payton conversation, right? Because you said Elfrid Payton is not the problem, even though we've been having this conversation since before the All-Star break that Elfrid Payton is trash.
Yep.
It's not a playoff Elfrid Payton issue. It's an ongoing Elfrid Payton is trash conversation.
I agree with everyone when I say that Elfrid Payton is not good. Elfrid Payton has regressed even from not even being good. That he is in fact probably, I'm not going to say, I'm say a emotional and mental liability on the court. This is all fine. This is all true. This is fine. But to sit here after a game 1 loss, well, Elfrid Payton's play at the end of the day had no bearing on Julius Randle going 6 for 22. He had no bearing on Reggie Bullock being a minus 14 on the court. He had no bearing on, and everyone, here's my thing, everyone who steps on the court during the course of a game has a bearing on the outcome of the game.
Facts. I give you that.
So regardless if you play 2 minutes or 32 minutes, you have, because what you do in the 3rd minute of the second quarter has contributes to the outcome of the overall game.
I remember this one time I went on a road march, right? And so we road marching like 9 clicks to this weird place, right? And about
you might have to explain what that is.
That's when you put a 40-pound pack on your back and you walk 12 miles. That's what a road march is.
Right.
Okay.
Right, and so about 2 miles in, I get a blister on my heel.
Ooh, you didn't
And I
wear
know you don't know
nylons,
what a
Freezy?
blister is.
You didn't have
I
nylons
didn't want
on?
to get that deep into it.
Oh,
I didn't want to get that deep. I
my
didn't want to
bad.
get that deep
My
into it.
my
I just
bad,
want to.
Freezy. My bad. My bad.
Because the thing is, so I got a blister on my foot, right? So I change socks. I rub it a little bit. Do some medicating. You know what I'm saying, to it. But I got to catch up with the team. So now I'm
Oh,
running,
yeah.
put 40 pounds sack on my back to catch up to everybody, right? Right. So I make it back to formation and get back in line. But guess what, Kev? Guess what? I had to double time to catch back up because
The
I had
whole week.
a blister on my foot. Now that I'm back in formation, they on a certain pace, but now I'm out of breath trying to keep up with the pace that they at. Right?
You can't.
So now the rest of the road march, the rest of the road march, I'm cold sucking. I'm ate up. Right? I'm ate up. Right? And everybody like, man, what's wrong with you, man? You such and such. Usually you be straight. Hey, bro, I started this thing off on a flat tire. You know
That's
what I'm
right.
saying? And then I went the rest of the way on a flat tire.
On a
And
run
this
flat.
is right. This is what Elfrid Payton does to us every game, right? And you're saying, well, you still have tires. This team still have tires. The motor work, the transmission work, bro. But we running on a run flat. We can't get into our optimal situation because at the beginning of every game, this dude does something subversive to us. Every game. Every game. Part of it is just his flat out attitude. Part of it is 6-on-4. He's supposed to be with us, but he with them. That's what it feel like. So to take him out of the lineup, bro, to take him out of the lineup just so that we can breathe, just so we can have some fresh air and start off on the right foot is a win for us. But you defended him constantly. You entrenched in defending Elfrid Payton, even if it means your boy got to sit on the bench. Which is the most asinine thing I heard you say ever.
That is City for Real's job. I do not defend. That's not my boy, Elfrid Payton. All I'm saying is this, and this is my whole reasoning for everything.
I'm trying to get everybody in, but my phone.
My whole reasoning is this: we're so caught up on.
You like Elfrid Payton. Your whole reason is you like Elfrid Payton.
No, it's not that.
Kev, can you admit that you like Elfrid Payton?
No, what I'm saying is we're so caught up on the fact that we lost, and the fact that we got to do something because we lost, and that something is the first thing that comes is yes, that is it. If we won the game,
I would still be saying the same thing.
We would not be saying the same thing. We would not be sitting here saying the same thing.
And for you, I'm sorry, G-Man, for dominating the conversation, man.
Go ahead, Freeze.
I'm sorry. You good? So the thing that Kev is not getting, it's not registering with him is this is win or go home. This is win or go home. We don't have time for.
I realize this. I realize this at all. I truly realize this. I do. But my thing is this. Think about this. We lost by 2 points. 2 points. 2 points. We were up by 7. Up by 7.
How does that make
Let the lead go.
How does that make it okay?
Hey, so G-Man,
we lost by
Kev
2.
Is saying we were. So you just said we were up by 7 and Elfrid Payton wasn't in the game. So when we said Elfrid Payton was a negative impact, you were like, no, it's not Elfrid Payton.
Hey,
but when Elfrid Payton was on the floor, we fought our way all the way back into the lead, and then you say Elfrid Payton wasn't the impact. That's what I'm saying about the whole thing. Why are you defending
on the court?
Was
Elfrid Payton on the court when we lost a 7-point lead?
So here we go.
Oh my
all right.
Was Elfrid Payton on the court when we lost a 7-point lead?
What? When we lost a what?
And when we lost that 7-point lead,
wait. So we had a 7-point lead with Elfrid Payton off the floor,
and we also gave it up with Elfrid Payton off the floor.
Right. Oh, okay. So now you Atlanta Hawks fan. You're a Hawks fan, bro.
No, Jesus.
You're a Hawks fan.
Hey, Freezy.
You're a Hawks
What
fan.
Uncle Freezy right here is doing is called mind manipulation, and
No,
he's
so-
trying
so-
to
so
change
Kev-
everything
Kev-
instead of saying the obvious.
Kev, let me ask you a question.
Yes.
So your argument, I wanna make sure I understand the argument, right? So your argument is that when Alfred Payton was in the game, we were able to maintain a 7-point lead. Is that accurate?
No, that's not what I'm saying at all.
What are you saying?
Elfrid Payton had nothing to do with us getting a 7-point lead.
Okay, so
Elfrid Payton wasn't in the game when that happened.
right, but when he was in the game to start the third quarter, this is
We
when
were
we
down
had
by
the
2 coming
7
out of halftime. We were down by 2, and it was really kind of like a back and forth kind of thing all throughout the third. It's not like one team jumped up over another team throughout the entire period.
Okay.
And the fourth quarter came, we went up 7. Elfrid Payton didn't sniff the fourth quarter. We went up by 7. The Atlanta Hawks then came back. We went up by like 4, they came back. We went up by 7, they came back. It was back and forth for a while.
So I guess
all this happened. I would love to have a conversation about the things that transpired in the fourth quarter of that game, but we are stuck saying Elfrid Payton in the beginning of the game and the beginning of the third quarter. But we didn't even mention everything that happened in the fourth quarter.
Kev. Let's change the narrative. Let's do this. Let's do this. Let's ask this question. What would we all do if we was Elfrid Payton? Since we want to keep talking about Elfrid Payton, let's do that.
What?
Because look. Elfrid Payton is on his last legs. He's playing for the New York Knicks, right? So he's on his last legs. What he does with us right now, he might not be in the NBA next year. He might not be in the NBA next year.
That's not true. That's not true. They said the same thing about Bobby Portis last year, and look at Bobby Portis right now. So that's not true. That's a narrative right there.
Nobody said that about Bobby Portis. Bobby Portis was nice last year.
Yeah.
And EP is still gonna be in the NBA.
He was, but it's
And he's even
amplified
better.
when it's amplified when they go to another team. You know, J.R. Smith, another example. So
yeah, but
don't-
nobody said he's gonna be out the league. He was actually like a good role
Listen,
player.
I'm gonna tell you something. Y'all are really testing my patience tonight. I'm gonna tell you right now. Y'all testing my patience. And
I'm just trying to get off the Elfrid Payton thing because we've been talking about him for like
I'm proud
forever.
of myself. I'm proud of myself that I have not lost it right now, and I have to give credit to my New York Giants cup. This is what
Me too, because I'm a New York Giants fan too. So sit there, yeah, because we
this is what we're gonna do, ladies and gentlemen. This is what we're gonna do. To the chat.
Let's go.
Hey, welcome.
What's good, man?
Salute.
So this is what we're gonna do. This is what we're gonna do.
Saquon Barkley.
We are officially done talking about Alfred Payton. No more
Exactly,
Alfred
that's why John
Payton.
said.
Let's move on.
Exactly, that's what I said. Let's change the narrative.
Move on. Move on, Kev.
Word.
What is the next topic, Kev? What
do
is the
we
next
need
topic?
to do?
Change the narrative.
I would love to have a conversation about the things that transpired in the fourth quarter.
Well, let's do that. What do we want to talk about specifically in the fourth quarter? Let's talk about that.
Right. So I have this thing that I talked to Duke about. And listen, Hoodie Kev, watch it back because Duke and Sharon is quickly becoming one of my favorites. He's moving up the ranks mighty fast. Yeah, he's moving up. He's moving up pretty fast. He's moving up fast, but I can't help it. The dude just say stuff that just be like right in it. So
Freezy, I thought I was your favorite.
About the icing out of no, you a different favorite, bro. You're on a different favorite menu.
It's all love.
Like I'm talking about the dessert menu. I'm talking about the dessert menu. You on the entree menu, bro.
I appreciate it.
So here's the thing I want to talk about is RJ Barrett being iced out, bro, in the offense. Because Sunday you saw them going to post to Trae Young, and then the next trip down, Julius Randle threw up a contested 19-footer. That was a brick. So you like, I can't remember how the sequence went, but anyway, you saw RJ Barrett score. I think he dunked on somebody. He hit a three, dunked on somebody. They went like a couple possessions, blah, blah, blah. Bogdan hit a three, something. They give it to him in the post. He posts up Trae Young, and then they go away from him, and he wasn't featured no more.
In the last 5 minutes, he got the ball once, but Trae Young was on him for the whole 5 minutes on the right wing.
I think we talked about that last night.
The only time he posted him up, made it once.
That's a fact. That's a fact too.
But we complaining about all these things.
RJ.
No, let me. All I was going to say, it should have been a better play call on that last play. We acting like you just don't need a tip in to win the game or tie the game at least. We don't even need the 3. We just need 2 points to tie the game, and then we go into overtime, and then we could reassert our physical dominance on this team because we lost a little. We lost a little. We still got physical dominance. He not just.
Wait a minute. So how we go? So how we go from RJ Barrett not getting featured to the last play of the game? What we doing, dog? So okay. So if we gonna talk about that, we can talk about. Yeah. So yeah, we could. Let's talk about.
I apologize, Barnes.
You talking about the Julius Randle shot, right?
I'm talking about the last play.
The Julius Randle shot, right?
The last play call before the shot. I thought the whole situation was wrong.
So you mean I actually thought the same thing. Like we should have fouled him and at least have 5 seconds to make a play. But with 0.9 seconds, you could do something, but you can't do much. So
exactly. Foul him and give up the lead.
I wouldn't mind. I wouldn't mind going overtime. Going to overtime.
The lead. Wasn't it tied? Tied?
Yeah, we were in the bonus.
So that wouldn't work either way because he's gonna hit his free throws. I don't know. It didn't matter either way. We
get a stop.
We had the same
I think a double team would have been better suited than fouling, but I just don't. I'm not talking about Trae Young scoring. I'm talking about the last play call. I've watched enough basketball to know. I watched enough basketball to know that it could have been somebody curling, drawing them to the 3-point line while somebody's rolling to the basket for a tip.
Exactly. Yep.
You know what I mean?
Burke shouldn't have been inbounding the ball.
Yep.
Like, and on top of that, Burke should not have been inbounding the ball. Randall should have gave it right back to him for a 3. Something should have happened beyond what happened. A floater for a miscellaneous shot that was never going to go in.
Yeah,
right.
and
exactly. We agree. I agree with you.
That's all I meant. I wasn't trying to, take over the conversation. I was just saying that is an important thing. We got to get on Thibodeau.
Yes, you were. We know you. We know you.
Come on. Thibodeau was the problem yesterday. Let's be real. Or the day before.
Right, he didn't coach his best game.
I agree with you. Hey, anybody ever played in the men's league before? Anybody ever played in the rec men's league?
Yeah.
Me.
Yeah.
Right. You know the first inbound play you learn is the picket fence play where there's an inbounder and then 4 people line up with their chest to the inbounder. And then the people on the end rotate around. They run behind, like one person run behind and the person on the end runs to the ball. And then the 2 people in the middle, one runs to the 3-point line and one runs to the front of the rim.
Mm-hmm.
Right? If we ran picket fence there, that's the most basic play. I learned that play. I learned that play in 3rd grade, right? Picket fence, right? Everybody know it. You run picket fence right there, it's hard to defend, right? Because of all the motion and stuff, right? If we run picket fence, we get a shot at the rim.
And that's what I meant.
But instead, a coach overthought, overcomplicated the situation, and we got a terrible shot. If you run a 3rd grade play right there, picket fence. If you run picket fence right there, right, the worst thing that happens is you get fouled and somebody has to go hit 2 free throws with no time left on the clock.
Yo, but Lawrence,
that's the worst thing that can happen.
Yo, we didn't even get a terrible shot. That shot was not even makeable.
Didn't even get it off.
Terrible is a compliment.
I know that.
Terrible is a compliment.
Right, I know. with 0.9 seconds, you can't afford that type of shot. You can't afford, a player can't make a basketball move and a shot in 0.9 seconds.
especially our power
Right,
forward.
because like what Smoke said, you got to have the curls, right? So you got the built-in curls and picket fence because the dude on the edge is curling around the backside.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? So you got your built-in curl, you got your built-in cutter going to the basket, you got your guy stretching out at the top of the key for a straight-on three, and you got your man running towards the ball. All of those motions stretch out the defense, so whoever catches it gets open look at the basket.
And then they're gonna suck to Julius Randle, right? So you push him towards the rim while you got somebody setting a screen for Nerlens, and then he's going and you throwing it up while he attacking the rim. At least we get a real shot.
I wanted Burks to shoot the last shot regardless of where
he's
he shot it from.
He's inbounding the ball.
I agree.
You can't have Alec Burke inbounding the ball and we want him to take the last shot. Alec Burke should not be inbounding the ball.
I thought that was crazy.
He should not be inbounding the ball. Alec Burke should not be inbounding the ball, and he's the hottest player that we got on the fourth quarter.
With 0.9 on the clock, though.
But Rocket, listen. With 0.9 seconds left on the clock, you don't need big men on the floor with 0.9 seconds.
Yeah.
You don't think so?
No, you don't need a big man.
You need a big for rebounding.
So hold on, I gotta ask this: are we going for the win or are we going for the tie?
The win.
We going for the win.
Win.
So then we don't need a big man.
The thing is,
the tie was an option.
The thing is, the win or the tie don't matter. What you're going for is the best open look you can find.
100%.
If it gets you the tie, gravy. If it gets you the win, gravy. But what you want is a chance to put the ball in the air to continue the game, right? Because in that situation, you would have took overtime. In that situation, you would have took the win.
Or I would have just took a good shot, a good legitimate shot.
A good. That's what I'm saying.
Not what we saw.
Not what we saw.
Yeah, I call you.
If you run picket fence for Burks, he makes that shot.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
With 0.9 seconds, I don't see pretty much all the players in the Knicks making that one. Like you really got to put the players that actually quick and pop. And Julius Randle is not one of them. Like to do a quick and pop.
That's what I just said.
And especially knowing that he's not having a good game. Oh, come on.
He shouldn't even have been touching the ball right there. Nice.
Maybe if we let RJ ISO Trae Young in the last 5 minutes a few more times, we wouldn't have to worry about that situation.
Y'all don't want to say it, but I'm gonna say it. Tom Thibodeau is a bad inbound play caller, man. I'm just calling it like I see it, man. He's a bad inbound play caller, especially when the game is close and it's late. I watch these games like we all watch.
We're smoking.
And
that's a fact.
And at the end of the game, he ain't got no play calls. He just letting them run it. You just got to have a play dialed up, ready to take advantage of what you've been watching all game.
I think that's when we miss Mike Woodson. Mike Woodson would have made those plays for sure. Mike Woodson is great at that. Hell yeah.
No, he does have a play. The play
what was the number that you gave on Julius Randle taking those shots?
What you say, Nice?
Spree, what was the number that you gave when Julius Randle be making those type of tough shot?
He was 6 for 23 or 6 for 22 at that point. I just didn't think he deserved to get a shot up. I wanted either Burks or IQ. The only two I want touching that ball.
100%.
You know the game plan. The game plan that he draws up is a Randall ISO or Randall shot. So I mean that is the play he runs.
No, before Hadouken, because you was completely 100% correct. He did not deserve to take that shot or touch the ball. Burke should not have been inbounding the ball when we're trying to win the game. They didn't want to win, and those type of plays show you they was a little timid.
I said this last night. You remember when LeBron with David Blatt threw the clipboard and said, "I'm not inbounding the ball."
Exactly.
Remember that? That's what Alec Burks needed to do. He said, "I'm the MJ of this team. I can get this done." And that's what needed to happen.
I've been saying he the closer. I've been saying it. I've been saying he the closer. Nobody listening to me.
I've been listening to you, man. You're wise behind your.
No, we listening, bro. We listen.
I like
smoke. You know what I'm saying?
I've been saying Alex Burke is the closer. When we lost him for the 9 games and we lost that game to Phoenix, don't mean to go back, sorry, but I thought we needed him. His fourth quarter play has been consistent this year when everybody else is inconsistent. I'm watching the games and I know who's showing up. Oh, Jesus. Corner Kev, respond.
Nah, his fourth quarter wasn't like that before he got injured. It was after he got injured that he started doing that. So we can't say that he was playing like that before.
I think your point is fair though. The inbounds plays all year have not been great.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And it's usually gone to Randall and it's resulted in disastrous results. If you're going to get it to Randall, there's no way you can do it with 0.9 seconds. When the only time I ever want Randall getting is it with 5 or 6 seconds attacking the basket.
He's had 7, 8, 9 opportunities to win games at the end of the second, and he can't do it. We go to overtime damn near every time. Come on, people.
Not only that, it is that the way he be calling certain stuff, man, certain things that he be doing, man, is kind of suspect because on the third quarter, we actually closed the game pretty good on that quarter, and we continue on the fourth, but he made adjustment. Why are you thinking about making adjustment if you're seeing that the chemistry, everything is flowing?
And nice, not even that, fam. If you know everybody looking for a specific person, won't you use that to your advantage to suck a person in and then get somebody nobody's watching available? Don't just give it to the person you know everybody's getting and they're going to focus on. This is what I'm talking about, high-level thinking. Like, at the moment when it count the most, you can't revert back to that BS. You got to keep your high-level thinking pants on and use the advantage you have. It don't matter how many shots Randall took. You know he was getting the ball. So give it to Burke in the corner. Throw it to Nerlens Noel on the tip like I've been saying. Do something different. Don't do what you've been doing that ain't been working. That's insanity to me.
You don't even got to
I would have rather Obi shoot that shot.
Obi chopping. Yeah, like get throw the Obi chopping.
That's how desperate I am.
I was saying yesterday that you could have substituted
He was in a slam dunk contest. You know he could rise.
Obi could fly. He could fly to the rim.
Substituted
0.9 seconds, like in Space Jam.
And it's not 0.9 of a second to dunk the ball when you're already in the air and all you got to do is put it in. Come on.
Andre Bryan, I've been saying it all year, man. And you know I've been choking, but Burks is a walking bucket. That's all.
I agree. He needs to be the closer.
Facts.
That's how I feel.
Okay. All right. So this I need for somebody to mark this on the clock, right? At an hour and 37 minutes, we are actually having a civilized conversation. Imagine that, ladies and gentlemen.
We bring it back. That's what I said. We change the narrative, man. We could agree to disagree, but when we come back together, we all got the same objective. We all in it for the same fight, and we all got the same agenda. And we trying to win New York Knicks basketball.
And I love all my brothers on this panel and beyond.
That's how we trying to do. We trying New York Knicks basketball at the end of the day.
I know I sometimes go on tangents and say crazy stuff. So you know, it's all love.
Yeah, but
we all entitled to our opinion. It's America.
It might sound crazy because we all looking at it from different points of views. We all looking from different lenses, but you know the goal is the same thing at the end of the day.
Hey Kev, what's the next topic, bro?
We just got to get all NBA Randall back, man.
Yeah, for sure. He coming back.
Trying to get him back.
He coming.
I think he'll be back game 2.
Yeah.
Because game 1, again, you know that there's that.
You know, I just realized.
What's that? Oh my goodness!
I am at work and haven't done one thing. I looked at the clock and realized it's 3 o'clock and realized, I haven't done one thing.
Kev.
You've been having so much fun with us.
Thought you were at the crib, Kev?
You focused on the pod.
Look,
thought you were at the crib real quick.
Look,
I gotta take it.
Go handle your business, Kev. Go handle your business.
So I told
Kev
before this, I told Kev, listen, we're gonna do 1 o'clock to 2 o'clock. That's it. 1 o'clock to 2 o'clock, right? I was like, Kev, at 2 o'clock.
It's 3 o'clock in the morning.
I don't care.
So I gotta be the late night show, huh?
Yeah, it's
I'll be right back.
So I was telling Kev, man, that we're gonna kill it at 2 o'clock. You know what I'm saying? Because
he had some things going on. I had some things going on, but the conversation took like this weird, just took off like a rocket. So
I came in the middle of that. Y'all was going hard on Alfred.
Kev was
I didn't mean to bring his name up. I'm sorry. I don't want to get back into him, but I was just
We're not. I'm not going to allow the conversation to go anywhere close to that. Don't worry.
I think it was my fault because I brought it up initially, quoting G-Man on an earlier show. That's how it started. So blame me. Sorry.
But it shouldn't even matter. At the end of the day, we all have our own opinion.
No, for sure.
And if we see that we're about to hit a wall, that's a moment that something. Let's just step back and just agree to disagree and just move on.
So guys, this is what I would tell you, right? I don't mean to cut you off, Freezy, but this is it, right? To Freezy's point, this platform right here, like all other, but I won't say all other Knicks platforms because all other Knicks platforms don't operate like this. This Nick at Night platform is for those guys that are truly. I won't say that because I don't want to make some fans seem more passionate than others.
No,
so I'm not going to say that.
And you got to keep in mind the time difference that some of us have. Some of us on the West Coast. You know what I mean?
That's a fact too, Smokey. That thank you for bringing that up. Thank you for bringing that up.
Because that's really what it be.
What I would say is this: to Freezy's point, we have to respect each other's opinion. Because I'm going to tell you right now, what's my man's name up over here in the top right-hand corner? I have been up on my feet more tonight than I have ever been in my life. Oh, Mr. Rocket. Mr. Rocket has tested my patience all night long.
But
I'm telling you right now.
But G-Man, do you think he know he was testing your patience, or was it just happening naturally?
I was trying to get you there because I be on Man Show. I'm Rockstar Rocket.
But that's why I asked.
I knew that.
I'm a Giants fan. I'm a Giants fan too, but I was trying to get you. I was trying to get you out your comfort zone. Like,
you better be a Giants fan with that New York voice.
Yeah, like
he did that. But you know what? I think I'm thankful for people like Mr. Rocket because you know what that does for me?
Keep you on your toes.
That brings me back center circle. Right.
What is that? What is that in the screen?
Oh my God! Okay, I'm gonna block that out. So I'm gonna put my hand right here. I'm gonna finish my thought.
You never know what you're gonna get on the show.
I'm going to finish my thought. Right. So what Mr. Rocket reinforced for me tonight is that you have to be appreciative of other people's opinion, whether you agree with them or not. You have to respect their opinion. Now, if you want to dispute the opinion, you can't come with opinions to battle an opinion. You need to come with facts. Exactly. You come with facts and stats to battle opinions. That's what we do. Yeah, so when you get on these panels and you come with just random thoughts, that's doing nothing. That's where we were tonight. We were in your washing machine.
It's called a whirlwind. Whirlwind.
And it just cycles. The spin cycle. Blah, 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 blah. And all it's doing is spinning the water out. That's what we're doing right now. We're not getting anywhere. See what I'm saying?
Hey G-Man, I gotta do something real quick. I'm gonna do something real quick, bro. Just bear with me. I wanna do something real quick.
Okay.
Right, so I'm on my phone trying to do it. So let me see if I can do it. Right. All right. So let me do that. And then I'm on my. So anyway, let me do that, and then I'm gonna just do something just real quick, man, because I want to.
It's you free. Do what you do.
It's just taking me a few minutes because I'm on my phone. I want to thank everybody. You know what I'm saying? Because I got to wrap up. I'm trying to think. But this phone, okay. It's not the phone. It's the software that I'm using on the phone.
Right.
But so I wanted to just bear with me for just a second because I want to. Come on, StreamYard. Come on, StreamYard. Yeah. StreamYard, come on. This is the reason why
This is the reason why y'all be so impatient with me when y'all be backstage. It's not because I don't see y'all. It's because StreamYard.
What's going on?
Crazy.
I'm like, yo.
I'm trying to do. All right. So let me. Okay, so I'm on the screen by myself.
You are.
Crazy.
You on ISO screen right now, Freezy.
I don't know why that is. I don't want to be ISO screen on the screen by myself.
You had Mo up there. Mo was surprised. He was like, "Well, I'm on ISO screen by myself."
Yeah, I don't want to be in solo layout. So let me do something real quick. Let me exit solo layout.
Okay, now is
there we go.
There we go. Okay.
All right. So the first thing I want to do is thank everybody for coming through. I'm not booting everybody. What I'm doing is I want to get G-Man up here and Hoodie Kev and say, man, thank y'all for holding it down, and to the people that's new to the video chat, man, I want to say we value y'all opinion. You know, we don't get on here to yell at people. We get on here to express our Knicks fandom. That's what we do, right? G-Man, we're gonna have a busy week this week, bro. Right? Because the Knicks play tomorrow at 7.
Mm-hmm.
The Lawrence Tears, the Beat family will be in Atlanta, Georgia, at State Farm Arena Sunday at 1 o'clock doing a live stream. And just wanted to say, man, I appreciate the fact that you helped Kev moderate tonight since City wasn't here. But I wanted to thank you, just straight up thank you for being a major contributor to the Knicks universe, because I know it's something new for you, even though you've been around, but the presence is bigger, which is a plus for us, and not just for Lawrence Tears, but for other joints that you stop through and kind of kick it. So thank you for becoming more of a presence in the Knicks universe. We need more stuff like that, because through all the chaos and all that stuff, we need some voices of reason, right? Because everybody's gonna have an opinion. It's like a rolling tour, you know what I'm saying? So I appreciate the fact that that you stepping up and being one of the voices of reason. To need to get with you and Cornerstone Karen to work on some stuff. You know what I'm saying? But thank you everybody for checking out the show. G-Man for life, man. You're gonna be a star in this Knicks universe, bro. You're gonna be a star.
I'm just trying to do my part, Free. Just trying to do my part.
I know, and I know you're gonna say some stars shine brighter than others, but I don't care. You know what I'm saying? But you know what I'm saying? Hey, man, you did good tonight, and I want people to appreciate and respect you for what you bring to the Knicks universe. It's here, and on the road at other places, wherever it is. You know what I'm saying? Because the way you were trying to calm Hoodie Kev down tonight, I was like, he could just let Kev go on the little thing and embarrass himself, but he didn't. You know what I'm saying? So I appreciate that. But brother, I will holler at you tomorrow or today, I guess.
Today, yeah.
And man, y'all be peaceful for everybody that was in the chat, man. Appreciate y'all. Hey, Hoodie Kev, you got a new shirt on?
What's going on?
So we ended the show right here.
Oh.
All right, bro.
Everyone.
I'll holler at y'all later.